a give to Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw here. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. Detroit! They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit!
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A handoff to Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is third down. They're going to look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. and somehow incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
A first down throw for Brissett. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Hut.
A second down throw for Brissett. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Brissett to throw on first. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second down, Brissett. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Bengals getting set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now running right through it. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's 4th. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Bengals. 58 yards. So big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know.
They do. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Brissett now on second down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 32 that time. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A second down throw for Brissett.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, here's Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's 4. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10.
Ohio. Here we go. What? 90. What?
Brissett on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go. 38.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And they start the second half with Johnson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing, Brissett. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Brissett. He's going to look deep now for Landry, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make the play on the football.
Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gordon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Detroit! Hot! Hot! Hot!
Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Now back to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Over the middle, complete. It's 4th. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now.
Oh, a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, Brissett. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
On play action, Brissett. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Brissett now. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything.
And a loose football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
He'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 10, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. First down, Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They caught the ball free in the backfield.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. In for the score. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now Brissett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Brissett looks to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Ohio! 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 Hut! Hut!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Browns, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.